everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to a playthrough video. Today I'm playing Star Realms. If you've never played this game, seriously, go buy it. You don't have to get this big box. They sell a small starter pack for I think 2 players. This is one of the games that I played a lot of when my boys were little because the rules were easy for them to understand. It is a competitive game. You can play it cooperatively or you can play it like I'm going to show you, solo. And the rules are almost all the same no matter which way you play. Now when you play solo, you're playing against a boss and it does operate a little differently. But the board is basically the same. You're going to have a trade row with 5 cards in it at any given time that you can buy from. You'll have a set of explorers that cost 2, but they give you 2 coins when you play them, and they can be scrapped for 2 damage. And then you have your, I shuffled this, it's 2 piles because it's sleeved and it won't sit up in one pile. So what you do is you just fill the deck farthest to closest. And on the boss turn, when the boss takes a turn, the first thing that will happen is the card furthest to the left will be scrapped. It's removed permanently. Everything shifts, you refill this position. And this first card, depending on the color or the faction it is, the boss card here has different factions and it will tell you what to do. The boss starts with 25 health. I start with 50. And I also start with 10 cards in my hand. I'm playing what they call the veteran, which means if you play beginner, you get to take 3 turns before the boss does, and then it goes alternating turns. I'm going to play it where I go first, and then the boss goes, because I've played this game plenty, and I just don't feel like I need that kind of heads up. So I'm going to deal myself out 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead, and I've got 3 coins, 4 coins to buy, and 1 damage. So I will play the damage to deal a damage to him, to it, for 24. And then with the 4 coins, I could do this, which does 5 I could go for... Now, the factions, sometimes in this game you want to get multiple factions. Sometimes you just want to gang up with 1 faction. Because the faction cards tend to stack. If you have an existing faction out and you play that same faction, sometimes they do things. Like these 2 cards are both red faction, and this one has an extra red bullet. So if this one was in play and I played this one, I get to do what this says. So I'm going to buy this one for 4. It goes into my discard pile along with the cards I played, and that is the end of my turn. Now, the rules say that you always, you will delete 1 card from trade row per player. I'm 1 player. So we delete this one, and then there's 2 slots. So it slides down, and we put 1, 2. This is a red card. So on the boss's red card, it says the boss attacks with damage equal to 2 times the cost of the highest cost card. And that's the highest cost card in trade row. Well, the highest cost trade here is 4. So 2 times 4 is 8 damage. I'm already down to 42. So if you were thinking this was going to be easy because it starts with 25 and I have 50, now you understand why. All right, that is the end of the boss's turn. I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got 4 cost and 1 damage. So the damage I will do to him, and with the 4 cost, I'm going to buy this. This black shield means it's an outpost. When I put this into play, it will give me 5 shield, and the enemy cannot attack me unless it destroys all outposts, black shield outposts. So I'm going to buy that, and that is it for my turn. I will go ahead and shuffle because I need to draw back up, because sometimes the boss will tell you to discard cards. Like, for instance, if it draws yellow, it says that player discards 2 cards. So you have to have cards in your hand to get rid of. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't play these except on my turn, but these are the cards that I would unfortunately have to discard possibly. All right, everything shifts down. We delete the leftmost card, which would be this one. Everything shifts down. And we reveal 2 new cards. And this one is a blue. The blue said the boss attacks with damage and gains health equal to 2 times the cost of this card. So 2 times 3 is 6 health, so it goes up to 29. It's over, and you can go over your starting health. And it's going to deal 6 damage to me, so I'm down to 36. I need to start building up my deck. I'm not doing too great. All right, 5 cards in my hand. Again, 4 costs, 1 damage. I will do 1 damage. And with the 4 cost, I'm going to buy this red card because it will do 5 damage. And if I have another red card in play, scrap a card in your hand or discard. That's not what I want. What I want is to force, well, that's the best I can do. Although here is for 3, here is another shield. I'm going to buy this one, and it goes away into my discard, and that is the end of my turn. This card gets scrapped, everything shifts. It's a yellow. This is what I was worried about. The boss attacks with damage equal to 2 times the cost, 6, so I'm down to 30. We're tied, almost. Then that player will discard 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to discard 2 of these. Well, that's a good card. That's a good. I'm not going to discard. I have to discard 2. I'm not going to discard the good ones. I'll get rid of these 2, and it is now my turn. Well, I have a shield out for 5. But before I play that, hold on. Before I play that, I want to play this one. This does 5 damage, down to 23. And it says you may put a card from your discard on top of your deck. I'm going to put this shield on top of my deck. So I know I'm drawing a shield next turn. All right. Then I will play this one. The Mercenary Garrison gives me 5 shield, but because it has a red already out, it says scrap a card from your hand or discard pile. Well, I'm going to scrap a Scout. I'm going to scrap it. That's deleted from the game because it makes it easier for me to draw the better cards. And then finally, I do 1 final damage, take him down to 22, and that is all I can do. These cards go into my discard. Shield cards, outposts stay out in play, and then I didn't buy anything, so this card goes to scrap, and we reveal. And I got to draw 5. Now look, I only have 3. 1, 2, 3. So when you can't draw 5, you shuffle your discard and start again, and you just draw up to 5. Oh no, I did draw the shield. I was thinking, oh man. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I've got my 5. And then this one is a green card. Green says, the boss attacks with damage equal to 3 times its cost. 3 times 3 is 9. I'm down to 21. It's a very fast game, by the way. When you play it solo and you really get to where you can go, if I weren't narrating, this game would probably already be over. All right, I'm going to put my shield into play. Oh, hold on. No. It did 9 damage, right? 3 times 3, which destroys my 5, which puts 4, it only did 4 to me. So I put 5 back on. So this goes to my discard, and I put 5 back on. All right, sorry about that. So it absorbed 5 and then only did 4 damage to me. So I was at 28, so I'm down to 24. That was what it was. All right, so this is in my discard. All right, my turn. I have another shield out. I have 3 cost and 5 damage. I will play this. 5 damage. I go up to 27. Oh, hold on. 5 damage, yeah, it goes down to 22, 5, 17. Okay. And it says you may put a card in your discard on top. Well, the only card in my discard is this shield, and I will put it there. And I've got 3 cost. None of these really appeal to me, but this one does the most damage, so I will buy it. And that goes away, and this goes away. This card gets discarded. Shift down. So I'm trying to alternate between this and this, so it sort of randomizes it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is a blue. The boss will attack with damage equal to 2 times the cost. 2 times 4 is 8. I'm down to 16. Hold on. 8 plus 16 is 24. I keep forgetting I've got a shield in play. I was at 24. All right, so it does 2 times 4 is 8. This blocks for 4 and is destroyed and does 4 to me. All right, and then it heals, the boss attacks and heals 2 times 4 is 8, so it goes up to 25. Done. My turn. I know I've got a shield out, but before I play it, do I have any red cards? I don't, so it doesn't matter. I've got a total of, I've got 3 cost, I do 1 damage, and 3 cost. 3. I'll take the Imperial Frigate. It'll do 4 damage and forces me to make it discard a card. When it can't discard a card because it's the boss, it does an additional 3 damage. That's pretty cool. All right, that's it for me. This one goes away. Shift it down. And I draw 5. 1, 2. Got to shuffle this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's yellow. The boss attacks with damage equal to 2 times its cost. 2 times 4 is 8. This absorbs 5. I take 3. I'm down to 17. And that player also discards 2 cards. Well, I don't want to get rid of that one, so I'll get rid of the 2. Well, hold on. Maybe I want to get rid of this and keep my 3 money. I'll keep my 3 money and get rid of that. So I play the yellow, and it says 4, down to 20. And then it says target discards a card. It doesn't have a discard, so it just does an additional 3. It's down to 17. And then I have 3 spend, which I will buy this one, and that is my turn. We get rid of the one farthest, and everything shifts down. And I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, is that green or yellow? I can't tell. That's green. The boss attacks with damage equal to 3 times its cost. 3 times 2 is 6. I am down to 11. I do not have a shield up. My turn. 3, 4. I got 4 spend and 1 damage. I think I'm in trouble. The 4 will allow me to buy 5 damage, target opponent. Okay, let's do this one. And that's it for my turn. This one goes away. Everything shifts down. I have to draw 5. 1, 2, 3. I shuffle this. By the way, there are different solo rules depending on the boss you play also. I'm playing Pirates of the Dark Star. There's another boss that came in this thing called the Blob King or something like that. It's got different rules. So you always want to read the rules for the particular one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is yellow. Yellow, the boss attacks with damage equals to 2 times 8. I'm down to 3 health. And I have to discard 2. No, 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 yes. I'll get rid of these. I'll put out Trading Post. Trading Post gives me 1 heal or 1 spend. I'll heal for 4. It probably won't matter. But it also gives me 4 protection. I'll play Recover Mech, which does 5 damage. So it's down to 11. And it says you may put a card from your discard on top of your thing. I will, well, it says you may. I'm not going to. I don't want to put these cheapy cards. And then I'm going to do another 5. It's down to 6. It's going to be a close game. And if I had another green ally, I could do another 2 damage. But I do not, so these cards go away. I had no money to spend. This card gets scrapped. Shift down. Flip. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have, oops, I just dropped my cards. Okay. I have 4 shield out. This is a red. The boss attacks with damage equal to 2 times its cost. 2 times 2 is 4. Hold on. 2 times the cost of the highest card. The highest cost is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. This absorbs 4. I only have 4 health left, and I am down to 0, and that is that. This game is so cool. I mean, I win just as much as I lose. Probably win more than I lose because I've kind of gotten this game figured out. But when you play an opponent, you just never know where it's going to go. When you play an opponent, you both have 50. You don't discard from the deck. You just buy, and then it gets refilled. And first one down to 0 wins. When you force the opponent to discard a card, they actually discard a card. They don't take damage like the boss does. So it's very fun game. If you have never played Star Realms, you definitely should get the starter box at least. I will put a link in the video description below where you can get that. It is just it's just one really fun game that just goes fast, as you can tell. And you can play it multiple times it's portable. You don't need this mat. You just need a place to put the explorers, your deck, and your things, and then the players can play in their hands. You can play this in a very small space, but and it breaks down very easy. You just take the cards, put them back in the piles. You get your 7 scouts and 2 vipers, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? It's 8 scouts and 2 vipers. That's your starting deck. Very, very simple to play. All right, that's all I got. I'll be back very soon with another game. I'll play the boss on the other side is called Nemesis Beast. I'll play that one next time. All right, everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Star Realms. I'll be back very soon with another playthrough. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.